What's up, Ryan?
It's Bugs Bunny, as you've never seen it before. Oh boy, Mac. Can't wait to go outside today. Oh no, it's Marvin. I better deal with this. Yipes. Got a very slow ray gun at me. I'm running. Oh boy. See, Marvin's worst running animation doesn't catch up with me right now. Oh boy, Mac. I'm glad I took my medication this morning, Mac. I'm normal now.
Wow, Bugs Bunny as I've never seen him before. Completely normal.
Modernized for the modern day. Bugs Bunny new.
Bugs Bunny's new personality. Medicated.
He's medicated. Well rested. Off alcohol for 4 months.
He's sober.
Bugs Bunny is back. And he's ready to preach about God.
You see Bugs Bunny and he's sitting in one of those like little director's chair things and he's like got his hands on his knees and he's like, it just wasn't healthy for me, that lifestyle. I've really turned around since I found Jesus.
Mac, the good Lord, he loves us all. Forgive us for our sins. Really hope DFE can learn this someday.
Oh, hi everybody. Welcome to Looney Duels.
Me and Forky go to church every Sunday.
You think Porky goes to church?
We're there together. Bicorn preaches. He's like this now too. I say. I love the good Lord. What can I say? Let's start the episode already.
I've been trying to. Hi, welcome to Looney Duels.
Hi.
Do you feel welcomed? Do you feel welcomed yet?
I hope you feel welcome. Welcome to the house. The Bugs
Shut
Bunny.
Up, shut up. Today is a very special episode because I don't want to get too ahead, but we did watch, as we usually do, a Tweety and a Sylvester, and I liked them more than I liked the Bugs short we watched today.
No. We'll get there when we get there. The Bugs short was awesome.
Let's start with I think a pretty fun little thing. This is Duck Dodgers in Attack of the Drones. It's another one of those early 2000s like shorts they did. It's like a Star Wars-y parody at first, a little bit, and it's got a lot of cameos in it.
Yeah, 20 seconds into this one, Zoidberg appears. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wrote in all caps like Zoidberg in my notes, and that's how shocked I was.
Oh boy!
I didn't expect to see him. There was also
welcome to the future, the Looney Tunes cast. That's what he sounds like, right?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yes, I love Bugs Bunny.
There's a knockoff Stitch. There was that little green guy from Hanna-Barbera.
He has a name.
What's his name? I don't know.
I don't know either, actually.
I was gonna say you don't even know either. It's
His
Mr.
name's
Magoo. Is that it? No, that's not it.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Don't even check. He's Mr. Magoo.
No.
Don't research this. No one in the comments correct her. It's Mr. Magoo.
No, Mr. Magoo's the blind guy, isn't he? No.
No. He's the friendly future alien who comes back and hangs out with Fred and Barney.
Oh my god.
He's in Viva Simpson's Rock Vegas or whatever.
They put him in that movie?
Yeah, he's in it.
The Great Gazoo. That's his name. Okay, can you really blame me on that one?
Guys, I can't believe she forgot the Great Gazoo's name, unlike me, which I knew.
You didn't even know either. Well,
I'm a Great Gazoo stan.
Daffy is being tasked with destroying an alien species that is going to attack the futuristic planet they live on. Oh, sorry, did I say Daffy? I meant Duck Dodgers. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, get it right. It's a different form. Respect his form.
So he decides to create like 100 robotic copies of himself. This is where the stats, this is where the numbers game comes into play, because they succeed in taking down an alien army. In the robots, I think they're pretty much just exact copies of Daffy. They don't have like extra strength to them or nothing, right? They're just carbon copies as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they have all of Daffy's murderous tendencies and vices and flaws.
Yes, like just turned up to 1,000. They're very destructive.
Yeah, so Daffy, this is kind of a character study of Daffy, really. Like how he views himself versus how he actually is. Because the second these robots finish their job, they immediately start attacking people
and destroying the city and just being a nuisance. And Daffy states multiple times they're perfect copies of him in every way, including personality and vices and all that. But he doesn't seem to like pick up on this or like like examine it at all. Like he doesn't sit on this.
Yeah, you would think this is something he would take back to his therapist, next session he goes to. Well, I wanted to ask this question. This is what I thought.
Okay.
If Daffy was just kind of let loose, like the way these robots are configured, they don't have any inhibitions at all. They've just been told, do what you must, and do it to the 100,000%. And they're pretty effective at it. Can Duck Dodgers, Daffy, the Duck Wonder, the Duck Man, Duper Duck, Stupor Duck, can he unlock a kind of just primal urge, or just get rid of all those little hiccups that he has? Can he just unlock that easily?
Are you saying Daffy also has some sort of form similar to Dark Porky?
Not too similar. Like, I don't think it's as blindingly like rage filled as Dark Porky is. I think it's kind of like Goku's Ultra Instinct in Dragon Ball, where he just stops thinking too hard about everything and he just kind of lets his body move like with the flow of the action,
Okay, that does sound scary though.
It's pretty scary, but I think that it would be unlocked under extreme circumstances because Daffy is so distracted by pretty much everything all the time.
Okay, yeah.
So if he wanted to unlock this, he would have to like go sit and like meditate or something.
Do you think after he did this, he went to this form, and he like returned to normal and he like looked around and there was Sylvester's corpse like split in half on the ground? Do you think he would be mortified, or would he be like, "Oh, why? Check out this guy"?
Knowing him, the latter, he would definitely be excited about it. Because I don't think it's something he's like fully aware of or like conscious during. I think Dark Porky, this is a little off topic because Porky's not in any of these shorts, but you brought him up. I think Dark Porky is completely aware of what he is doing when he is Dark Porky.
Okay.
I think when he gets out of that state, he knows exactly what he did. But Daffy, on the other hand, when he gets out of his whole thing, it's like he just went to sleep and woke up.
And he feels. Do both of them feel? Does Porky feel regret after Dark Porky? You think that's the question to ask?
I think Dark Porky probably feels a little remorse, more remorse than Daffy would. But mostly because I think he's like a polite, nice guy. So like maybe he comes out of it and he remembers, just eating Tweety Bird's head off, and he's just like, oh dear.
And Granny walks in like,
oh no, not Granny. But I think it's not really, we haven't seen Daffy unlock this ability. We've just seen his clones. So that's what makes me believe the ability is like locked up in there somewhere. But we haven't seen it yet from him. But I just wanted to kind of theorize on it a little bit. That little bit of just something.
It is worth considering. This form still would be very stupid, though.
God.
As present in the end of the short, where Daffy tricks them very easily with like an award. So if Daffy still went like to his super form as presented in this short, a smarter toon such as Bugs Bunny could still easily defeat him, I think.
Yeah, most brute strength toons couldn't defeat him. Most stupid toons couldn't defeat him, but the clever, tricky ones, like the turtle, Bugs, and so on and so forth, they could win. They could win against that form easy.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Kind of an interesting thing to point out in the short, besides the 30-minute discussion we just had on our hypothetical Super Daffy. Daffy Duck is very resilient. He gets shot in the face. He gets a lightsaber like through his head. A rocket drags him across the sidewalk and leaves like his black like skin behind. Like that episode of Billy and Mandy where Billy grinded up against the road. that happens to Daffy in this one. But he's fine. He lives. So it's worth considering. Daffy Duck is very resilient. That's something to keep in mind with his super Daffy form. I don't think brute strength, like if Foghorn Leghorn did a big super Foghorn punch against this form of Daffy, I don't think it would matter too much. I think you have to fool him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Gran was saying, at the end, Daffy, to trick all of them, he sets up a fake accolades kind of thing. He's like, oh, come here and you get money and fame and an award, and all of them come, which does say a little bit something about Daffy too. I would say he's a little desperate for that validation, but anybody could do that, and just like, as if you can get him to stand still and like be distracted by something, you win. So
yeah,
this short ends with Daffy like drowning in his clones, I think. So
oh, he survives the clone filling up the entire planet, but he is on the edge of death at the end of this one.
We're just gonna look at this as like a character study more than a win or lose, because
he lost, though.
He did
to me,
kind of lost.
He didn't do the one thing he said to do, which was save the planet.
All right. Well, our next short is called Tweety's S.O.S. This is a...
Oh, I like this one. Oh, can we watch Tweety?
This is a nautical adventure, if I've ever seen one. Tweety and Granny are on a cruise. Sylvester sneaks aboard because, of course, he does. This is, as Ryan said as we started the short, a homeless Sylvester short.
Yeah.
Sylvester keeps getting seasick. Granny is beating the shit out of him, but this is kind of a... I don't even want to say it. Granny's got a weakness, everybody. A fatal flaw.
I thought you were going to talk about something else she does in this short.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing she says. We're going to have to cancel Granny. Anyway.
No, I just want to... Okay. I was just sitting here watching this short, watching the short, and I don't know if this will need to be censored or if this guy's in trouble. Granny just says in this short, I'm just going to say it because I wrote in all caps in my notes, she asked Sylvester if he's trying to molest helpless birds, and I was so taken aback by that for the rest of the short.
Did you even pay attention to the rest of it?
I did, but I couldn't stop thinking, why did she see a cat and a bird and go to that? Like, obviously he's gonna be trying to eat Tweety Bird. Why did Granny jump to that conclusion?
Listen, Granny was having a stressful moment. She wasn't thinking, it just came out. I'm her lawyer, I'm representing her right now. My client chooses not to make any more comments at this time.
Okay, Granny. Anyway, let's talk about Granny's one weakness, though.
Yeah, Granny's one weakness. She, at some point, her glasses get knocked off her face, and she becomes basically blind. And she does the whole, I can't see without my glasses, and running around on the floor trying to find them. And Sylvester uses this, like, a few times to his advantage, and it's pretty effective. He even at one point steals her glasses and paints a little Tweety bird on one of the lenses and then puts them back on her head so that when she looks towards his empty cage, she still sees a Tweety bird there.
Yeah, so Granny's weaknesses all fall under the category of glasses-related shenanigans.
Yeah, she's an older lady, so she's probably a little more naive than you'd think. Even though she kicks ass and she's very powerful, if she doesn't have, her cane or her umbrella or whatever she's using at the time and her glasses, she's pretty weak. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, a moment of weakness for Granny, but I want to bring something up. A suggestion that could possibly make an invincible duo. Tweety Bird becomes a lot weaker when away from Granny, right?
Yeah.
Away from her. And Granny is at her peak form when protecting Tweety Bird.
Okay.
What if Tweety and Granny combined this, and Tweety Bird sat upon Granny's head like Remy the Rat from Ratatouille, and like helped control Granny? So even if she lost her glasses, Tweety can help her get them back immediately, and then she enters peak form yet again.
So not only would Tweety have a kind of safe spot on top of Granny's head, of which she could also maybe put on a little hat as well to shield him. He would be just controlling her, like, when she's not able to control herself. Like,
Right.
typically Granny's mostly in control in this situation. But when those glasses pop off, Tweety's like, whoop, grabs the hair, does a little move, and quickly grabs him back or picks him back up or runs for cover. So Tweety's kind of like the safeguard.
Because either way, if you steal Tweety off her head, she'll get you. It's over. She's gonna get you. But if you steal her glasses, Tweety will get her to safety or the glasses back immediately.
Okay. That would be pretty dangerous. At the end of the day, if, it was just Tweety and Granny left, what would they do?
It's a little weird, because we count Granny and Tweety as kind of like one character the same way we would the Goofy Gopher.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
The Goofy Gophers, if you, looked at them too long, they would start to phase into each other, and they would become one being into you.
Okay, that's fair. The Granny and Tweety... Well, Granny would be like, Tweety, you need to... It's your chance to win. Old Granny's lived long enough. I can't protect you anymore. But hopefully this scenario has made you stronger. That she would stab a knife into her chest, and then Tweety would be like, oh no, Granny! And then Bugs Bunny, who was still alive also, would come and smash him.
Bugs was waiting for that exact moment when Granny offed herself so he could swoop in and kill Tweety Bird.
Alright, none of this bullshit. And steps on her. Tweety Bird, I win.
Sylvester, he does what he does in this. He's fine. At one point, he starts shooting fire from his mouth. I don't know. Granny fucking...
No. We need to talk about Tweety's signature move debuts in this short, or the first time we've seen it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, God. Not this. Sylvester is hanging from a wire, and Tweety comes over and, slowly picks his fingers off the wire so he fucking falls. It's horrendous, and he just acts like it's a little game to him. It's the same move he pulled in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He's a monster, and I think he needs to be stopped.
Two more Sylvester related notes. It's one Sylvester, one Tweety. This isn't a big thing, but Sylvester does get seasick. Keep that in mind. If you're on a boat, he can't do shit. Second thing is, this is a Tweety aware short. There's kind of a discussion if Tweety Bird's fully aware of what is happening all the time, but he is in this one. He is fully aware of Sylvester's actions and is constantly getting back at him for it.
Yeah, this is a vengeful Tweety Bird.
Yeah.
Which he's not always one of those, but this time he was.
Yep.
How does Sylvester get got at the end of this one? Because I don't even have to look at my notes to know he lost.
Oh, Tweety blows him up.
Cool. Oh, wait, that's right. He's filled with, nitroglycerin or something, and Granny hits him with her umbrella or something, and then they both blow up.
Yeah, but Granny's okay afterwards. She shakes it off. Sylvester's got done for.
Oh, yeah, Sylvester's the pile of bones or something.
Yeah, Sylvester flies into the sky and blows up. Granny just kind of gets covered in smoke, and then it's fine the next shot.
Then she gets to drive the big ship. She puts on a captain's hat. Good for Granny.
Oh my god, you think Granny can drive a boat? That's a huge skill for her.
Yeah, I think she's pretty skilled in a lot of areas that you wouldn't think. She could probably drive a car really well, which I can't say that for every Looney Tunes character. She can drive a boat. She could probably fly a plane, if we really think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to count this as a Granny Tweety win. Granny gets a point, too.
Granny with the clutch again.
Granny is unstoppable at this point. I don't think she's lost really yet.
Yeah, she's one of the big winners. I think she's up there with Bugs Bunny in the Looney Tunes universe, honestly.
Yeah, we really got to watch out for that matchup eventually. What's our next one? Let's see. Zipping Along.
It's Zipping Along.
Roadrunner, yeah. Wile E. Coyote.
I think the big thing in this one, the takeaway. I actually like this one. This one was funny, but in terms of a short, which we don't often talk about short quality. It's more about stats. But this one was pretty good compared to some of the more recent Wile E. ones we've watched. But big thing for this one, he's sucking today.
You said he was on his F game. I remember.
Yeah, he's on his fucking F game in this short.
Yeah, there were some really cute expressions in this though. Like they kept showing Wiley like opening his mouth, and you could see he had like a sharp tooth and like a chipped tooth, and I thought that was a little charming for
Little
him.
Moe.
But yeah, but not great for his stats because that means that one of his teeth isn't as strong as the other, and so then he will not have as good of a bite strength as a coyote of his size should have.
I just feel like he was flinging everything at the wall in this one. And in other words, we're like, okay, time to do this. Fails in 3 seconds. Okay, now we're doing this one. Fails in 3 seconds. There's a point where he has like a rocket and a kite, and I don't know what his plan was. He just runs off a cliff with them and explodes. I don't know what the game plan was.
Yeah, there's a lot of just like this one is like just back to back to back. There's not a lot of setup for his stuff. It just kind of he throws something or picks something up and he dies, and that's it over and over. I have a question about Roadrunner.
Beep, beep. Yeah.
I think we need to solidify whether or not he is aware of what's going on.
I think he is.
I have seen him too many times in these shorts, and this one including, basically wink at the camera.
And that thing about like the rules for Roadrunner Coyote, I just don't think that's even like a thing they strictly followed if it's like a real thing.
Yeah, isn't one of the rules the Roadrunner should never harm the coyote like directly, and that totally happens all the time.
I think in nearly all these shorts, Roadrunner does something to harm him at least once.
Either he's like leading him to a truck or driving the truck. That one time he was in the truck that ran him over.
Yeah, he's aware. I think he's playful, but he's aware.
But he doesn't. I don't think he has any fear though. Like
no, he doesn't fear coyote. He has no reason to.
Now, do you think if Coyote ever fixated on another animal to catch, that Roadrunner would be upset by that? Maybe even a little jealous?
Ooh. He would look over at his eyelashes because Roadrunner is chasing like a chicken or something. Not a chicken. There's already a Looney Tunes chicken. A parrot. A Looney Tunes parrot or something.
Horrible.
And he's like, oh, fuck. And he like starts acting all sultry about it. He's like, oh, Roadrunner, I'm right here on this plate. Oh, me. Look at me on the plate. Ooh, I'm putting myself in the oven.
I think that Wiley might be smart enough to kind of think of that as a tactic.
Okay.
I think we've seen him use his brain before. We know he's a little, he's a little learned. He's got some books in his house. He reads. He's a little studious. But
ooh. Maybe the game plan would be, and hear me on this.
Okay.
Coyote starts chasing Speedy Gonzales because he knows he can't catch Speedy Gonzales. But he's just mostly doing this to make Roadrunner jealous. And that's how he gets him. That's how he gets Roadrunner off his A game.
Oh, because Roadrunner's like too involved now.
Yeah.
Before, I feel like Roadrunner was very like aloof. He's just like, whatever. This is happening, but it really doesn't affect me. And then he started getting like a little too involved. He started like hanging around a little more often. Maybe Roadrunner was the kind of guy who kind of blew from town to town, but he was just having so much fun with Wiley that he just couldn't help but stick around, even when it was long past the time he usually would move on. Because there was something about that damn coyote chasing him. It made him feel alive. And now to see him chasing some shitty little mouse over there, that's gotta hurt a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Poor Roadrunner in this imaginary scenario we just thought of.
It's the emotional tactic. Wiley's always with that physical like strategy. I think going for the emotional one.
Yeah,
really is really the plan now.
Trying to manipulate him because Roadrunner, as far as we know, I mean he's got nothing going on in there. But if you can just like tug at his heart a little bit, maybe just I don't know, hit him where it hurts. Maybe Wiley would have a chance. But I mean, he lost in this one.
Yeah, I mean. What's new?
I don't even know what the last straw was for him. He probably got smushed or fell off a cliff or something.
I think he got hypnotized then fell off a cliff.
Oh, that's right. There was some hypnotism in this one.
Yeah, there's some hypnotism in the last 10 sections of the short. For Affinity fans, you might be happy to hear about that.
Rest in peace. All right. Wow, yeah, who's ready for our Bugs Bunny shorts? Spaced out bunny. Whoa.
Oh, no, I am, Mac. I love a good old fashioned Bugs Bunny. Fun for the whole family. You know? Nothing too sarcastic, nothing too violent. The perfect amount of fun for the whole family. I go on a walk in this one, and that pesky Marvin gets me slide at the planet. And up there's Hugo. Hugo shakes me around for a minute. He shakes Marvin around for a minute. Then I fly home. Exciting stuff, Nick.
I
Check it out on my DVD.
I hate how you just like exactly describe the short. There's nothing else I could even say. I feel bad ragging on it. It's just everyone sounds so sleepy in it. It's like a later Chuck Jones era Looney Tunes. And like there's
The era of Looney Tunes where Chuck Jones became like obsessed with being like perfectly on model at all times. Like the characters were like so stiff the whole short.
yeah, and like you can really hear the age of some of the voice actor.
Now Blank, bless his soul, is like this has got to be like one of his like last times voicing this character.
Is it? Oh my god! If I look it up and it is his last time voicing the character,
It's not, no, because he was definitely there for like Daffy Duck's Quack Busters or whatever, which was definitely after the short.
what is Daffy Duck's Quackbusters?
It's a short compilation of a bunch of Looney Tunes shorts with new animation wraparounds.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is definitely, yeah, he died 9 years later, so he's definitely up there in his age. This was 1980. There's such a weird, nothing that I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like baby Looney Tunes here, like Looney Tunes. Like there's like no like like I don't know. It's not like oh there's violence, explosions, and people getting their heads cut off, but like Looney Tunes shorts have like energy to them. Like crazy stuff is happening. They they jump around. They I don't know. They fight a bit. But like even when Marvin appears, it's just like okay, you're coming with me.
Oh, Mick. Like I'm going to outer space now.
Yeah.
Like no resistance. There's like no energy to it. Like it's like a Looney Tunes like storybook in animated form for like 4-year-olds.
Yeah, I can't even be that excited about the introduction of the new character Hugo, who definitely appears in other stuff that we haven't watched yet. So this is like a really bad introduction to him.
I don't even remember what he's doing in this one, really. He just kind of picks Bugs up, shakes him around. Bugs says something, then he picks up Marvin and shakes him around, and the short ends.
Yeah, he just kind of sends Bugs home after a bit. Like it's just, all right, bye. Thanks for the play date.
Like you look at Hugo and you think he's gonna start smashing Bugs in, like oh my god, and like just start smashing Bugs against the ground or like punching around like a kid being way too violent with one of their toys. But no, he just kind of like rattles him around very lightly.
There's not a lot of energy to this, and I don't know if this is fair to gain any like stats from this. Is this Bugs after he's had like a really good nap? Like what is this Bugs? What are we supposed to take from this?
I don't know what to take from this either.
What about Marvin? What is Marvin's whole deal?
Marvin might be worse because he doesn't even do like the walk in this one. It's like very like it's like trying to do the walk, but it's very stiff. That's just a bizarre short. Like I don't know. It feels like those like Looney Tunes bootleg DVD covers.
Yeah.
This feels like the short of like that version of Bugs Bunny.
So this might be an imposter, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think this is the real Bugs Bunny.
Okay, so this was a... You know what I think this was? I think this was a stage play done by Bugs to a elderly folks home, a retirement home. He was up on the stage. He brought his friend Marvin and Hugo, and they did a very gentle Looney Tunes for the folks in the audience who grew up with it.
Yeah, so Grandpa wouldn't have a heart attack when Bugs Bunny blows Marvin up.
Exactly. I feel bad. Hugo, we'll probably see him again somewhere, right? He's what?
Bugs won.
Yeah, Bugs did just go to space and then come home.
Yeah, Bugs went to space, then came back.
Good for Bugs. Yay! I'm done. I don't want to talk about this one anymore. It makes me sad.
All right. right. Want to read some comments?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a really good one. You like this one. Sick question from Dino Fuzz.
Oh boy.
At this point in your analysis, what emotes and dances do you suppose the tunes would pull out in this hypothetical Fortnite battle royale?
Now, are they asking like what if like existing emotes or?
I think they could be new ones, like whatever you want.
Okay, you know the dance that Bugs Bunny does when he's like with Yosemite and he's like, "Hit it, Sam!"
Yeah.
And he like, I think he has that emote. That's an emote for him.
Oh, for sure.
I also think that Daffy would hit him with the what's that emote called where they have their fists balled up and it's like to their face and they shaking their hips. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that one. Daffy would pull that out.
with the die lit.
I think he would. I think that the Goofy Gophers definitely have like the pop song emotes.
Okay, yeah.
That like the ones by Lizzo or Doja Cat, and they love those ones. They just like go crazy for him. Those are the emotes they have.
When Elmer Fudd gets a kill, which he won't, he hits them with the Kid Leroy. I'll do the same. And he starts floating around.
I love that. Yes. Now I'm trying to think of like ones they could add from the Looney Tunes catalog. I think Porky deserves one. Maybe he does it when he kills somebody. Like, he does the "that's all, folks" like thing, you know, with his hand out.
Yeah.
And
That'll be legally, that's all, folks.
that would be hilarious. I wish that was a real emote now. Just like Looney Tunes music playing in the background and just them waving their hand. I want that. That should be real. Hey, Fortnite, add that.
You know that like dance Daffy Duck does where he's like wearing the red bow tie and he's like got the hat on and he's got the gloves and he's like swinging his hands back and forth. He's like kind of
Yes.
He's got to do that.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to see that.
I want to suggest this. Bugs Bunny should whip in Nene because at the, hear me out. At a theme park, I'm pretty sure it's Six Flags. That's what Looney Tunes are.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's a live show where Bugs and Daffy have a dance off, and Bugs goes like, "Okay, Mac, I'll dance if you insist," and then he starts hitting the whip and Nene.
I love that for him. Good. All right, we got another one?
Yeah, sorry, hold on. I was thinking about Looney Tunes Fortnite dances. Let's see. From Mush TV, who do you think would be out for Porky's head the most on Looney Tunes Fortnite Island? He's definitely a victim to a lot of characters he's paired with. He's never really had intentionally opposition from them.
See, I would initially think Daffy.
Just because he would want to.
Yeah, well, just because Daffy and Porky have that kind of relationship, you know? Like, they've been there since the beginning. They've been at each other. But with the more recent, like, developments between Bugs and Daffy, I think Daffy would probably be a little too hyper-focused on Bugs, or at least trying to, like, last long to immediately go for Porky. I'm trying to think of somebody who would just see Porky and be like, gotta kill him now.
Now here's my thing. I think I'm gonna go with Yosemite, because Yosemite seems so easy to, like, accidentally piss off, and that kind of seems in line with, like, Porky as a character, is he would do something that's not even, like, bad, but it would piss Yosemite Sam off, and then he would, like, be like, I gotta get him.
I can see that, like, Porky bumps into him in the lobby before the Fortnite death battle.
Yeah.
And Yosemite just, like, gets so fucking mad about that. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you.
I'm targeting you."
Porky's freaked out for the rest of the match because he can't see Yosemite Sam coming for him.
Yeah.
I think that sounds about right. The thing is, Porky doesn't have, like... He's not that offensive of a guy.
No.
So it would have to be a situation where it's just somebody who is easily offended like that, like Yosemite is. Who, you know, he just happens to, you know, through his luck, piss him off right at the start.
I don't think we've
come after him.
I don't think we've even seen, like, Porky or Bugs paired up in these shorts once since, like, 20 episodes ago.
Right. So I don't think that Bugs would really have it out for Porky immediately either.
And there's no, like, Porky and Yosemite shorts or Porky and Elmer shorts.
No, unless Barnyard Dog wants to get back at him for being such a horrible owner to him and threatening to kill him because he lost Daffy Duck that one time.
Oh, maybe.
That's the only thing I could think of. But even then, Barnyard Dog's pretty loyal even after the fact.
And Barnyard Dog's ass would be, like, getting Foghorn. You know that.
That's true. Barnyard Dog would not think twice about Porky if he saw Foghorn.
Yeah.
He'd be after him so fast.
Yeah.
Barnyard Dog's like, "Oh boy, we can actually kill each other now." We would have that chicken dead in seconds.
Yeah. Well,
I'm so excited to get back to playing Tears of the Kingdom on my Nintendo Switch.
Oh dear, Lou, don't be mad. But little old Tweety was playing it while you were doing the podcast, and I broke your Switch.
What?
Oh dear, I'm sorry, big old Lou.
I'm gonna just...
Ah, oh, my innards, they're outside of me now. What did you do to me? Tweety, did somebody do this to you? Ew!
Oh my god. Granny, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't my bad. I gotta go. Oh god. This is sorry. I gotta go, everybody. Bye. Thank you for joining us. That's all, folks.
the good thing I'm not involved in this.